Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Diego, and Karina will be right back. And I'm going to restart the live stream, and hopefully, this internet provider is going to provide superior service so you guys can get a good quality live stream without the video freezing. And hopefully, my computer doesn't go into another update so that you guys can get a good live stream about K1 visas and green cards and applications, etc. So, let me know if this is better, if you can hear me, if the video is freezing or not freezing, let me know. But today, Wednesday, May 15th, is a was a bad day for live streams, apparently, with this internet company. And Francois is back. Hello, Francois. Does this work? Is it working? Is this better? And I don't know where Karina is. She took off. She brought the laptop in here to see if I could run it with the laptop. I can see you. Is it real? Yes, it's real. Jacob, wisdom. Yes. Okay. Everything's good. Now let me yell for Karina. Karina! Mi amor, por favor. Okay. Karina brought the laptop in here to see if it would work with the live stream, but her laptop's all in Spanish, okay? Now I don't have time to sit here and try to figure out all this Spanish on her computer. I know I can read it and speak it, but I don't have time to do that. And Jay Baxter, welcome back. Yeah, we're back. We're back. That's a Mountain Dew salute right there. And is this much better? Is the video stream better? Can you guys hear me, see us? It's not freezing. Okay. Francois, yes. Welcome back, you two. We're back. Mountain Dew salute. The computer did an update. And ever since the update, it was just giving me a hard time. But I got to say, guys, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice, and I don't work for the U.S. government, State Department, USCIS. Okay, that's out of the way. Jay Baxter, it's not frozen anymore, and I see you live. Chris and Emil, great. Okay, the camera still isn't connected properly. It's not working. I can't see nothing. But as long as you guys are good, we're good. So we're back. Chiku, my visa status said issued. Diego, since yesterday. What can I do, Diego? Thank you very much. Chiku, go get your K1 visa and K2 visa for your daughter is sitting at the location for pickup. Go get your passports, pick them up, check the passport, make sure your name is correctly spelled in your K1 visa. And make sure your daughter's K2 visa is properly filled out with the name. Her name's properly spelled. Get a plane ticket and come to America. Chiku, issued means you are good to go. Issued status means you can go get your K1 visa, go pick up your passport and your daughter's passport, go to the airport, buy some plane tickets to the United States, and come to America. And call your sponsor and let them know what's going on, okay? Chris and Emil, yes, I see you're live. Okay, so everything's good, right? KJB, not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. Karina's not a quitter. I'm not going to let this internet company or this desktop computer interfere with information that's critical to your green card and K1 visa processing and K2s. Jacob, question, how long after you get married should you start the adjustment of status? You want to file for your adjustment of status about 50 to 60 days after you get married. You got to have at least 50 or 60 days to put together a green card application. You want to make sure that your new wife or husband is on the title to your car, is on the deed to your house or your apartment lease. You got to prove all this evidence. You got to have pictures of your wedding. You got to have pictures of your honeymoon if you went on a honeymoon. If you didn't, don't worry about it. You got to get your beneficiary on the water bill, the gas bill, the electric bill, the trash bill, everything. Okay? Give it 50 days, 60 days. We did it in 58 days. Okay? It took us 58 days. I got Karina on the bank. She's a joint account holder on the bank. I waited a month for bank statements to come in with her name on it. I got her health insurance covered. I got her military ID covered. All this takes time. Once you get married, don't rush into submitting a very weak green card application. You have to put together a strong green card application. Make sure you fill out the paperwork properly. Don't forget to include the medical exam, the 693 form in a sealed envelope. Make sure you fill out the 485 properly and the 864, the affidavit of support. 40 to 50 days, 50 to 60 days, get all this evidence collected and then put it in a big binder and send it off to either Chicago, Phoenix, Arizona, or there's another place in Illinois where you send the green card applications. So I'll give it like 50 or 60 days, Jacob, and put together a good package. Jay Baxter. So in the last chat, someone had a question about chat logs. Is it required to have your chat logs translated to English? No, it's not. It's not mandatory. Chris and Emil, court is set. July 23rd, able to fight off this stupid MBI, name it. She will get the money back, but the process takes a while to get this money returned back to her since it was a stupid waste of time. Chris and Emil, the money is not important, okay? What's important is the K1 visa in the passport, get to America, okay? If you lose the money on the MBI, don't worry about it. You can make more money, but you cannot make a new K1 visa, okay? Don't sweat it. If you can leave the country before a court date, do it. Shiku, I told her already, trying to buy tickets by next week. Good job, Shiku. Get the tickets, get on a plane, bring your daughter to America, and start your lives. Fantastic. KGB, don't they have to call for a pickup? It depends on the country. When Karina got her K1 visa approved, then it got issued. We went on the bus. We got on the Transmillennial. We went downtown, Bogota, went to the office. And there was the guy said, do you have an appointment? And I said, in English, I said, no, we don't have an appointment. He said, okay, go to this line over here. We went to this line over here, and they gave her her passport with her K1 visa and her package. We just saw the issue status in the SEAC account. We saw the issued status. So we went to pick up the passport. That's all. Every country has its own way. Shiku, thank you, Diego. I will pick it up tomorrow. There you go. Go get it. Go get your passport, Shiku. And your daughters also. KGB to Shiku, I'm just curious how long after the interview did it say issued? My fiance is going in tomorrow. It was a couple of days. But remember, KJB, Shiku had to wait for her medical exam to get to the embassy because her doctor, the medical doctor, was lazy and didn't send the medical exam over in time. So Shiku fixed all that. When she asked me how to fix it, she listened to me and she got it fixed. Orlando Lopez. Hi, Diego and Karina. Tokyo. Yeah. Embassy in Bogota finally responded my request for update. The answer, we inform you that it is coming weeks. You'll receive an email. They told me the same thing. Orlando. When I got the ready status in Bogota, Colombia, I sent an email to the embassy in Bogota. And I said, hey, what's going on, guys? I got my ready status. What's the status? What's the process? They two days later, they emailed me and said, Diego, please be patient. It's going to take a couple of weeks before we can contact you with the packet 3, packet 4 email. You got the same email I got, and Karina's sitting right here, right? She made it. You're going to make it. You're good, Orlando. Sergio Molan. Hola, Diego y Karina. Sergio, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿tú bien? Jacob, wisdom, thanks, no worries. Caleb, Diego, I got ready status now. Should submit the DS-160 or wait on the email from the embassy. It's going to take them 2 or 3 weeks to get it processed, okay, Caleb? But if you want to submit the DS-160 now, go ahead and do it. You're good. Don't forget to print the confirmation page of the DS-160 because you got to send a copy of that to your beneficiary so she can take it to her biometrics. Francois, but legal documents have to be translated, right, Diego? Absolutely. Legal documents have to be translated into English, except for the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. If you have all your legal documents in Spanish, you don't have to translate them into English. And at the Dominican Republic, you don't have to translate your legal documents into English. but you must translate them into English for the green card application. They must be translated into English for the green card application. So in my opinion is just go ahead and get them translated into English by a certified translation company. I'll write the name of the company right here. They don't pay me any money to say this, okay? They don't pay me a dime, okay? But they're a good company, and they get documents to you in about 2 or 3 days, all right? Caleb, go ahead and get your DS-160 ready. Sergio Molan, do you know how long it took to get the passport back? It was like the next day. I got my visa approved, and now just waiting to get it, hoping to fly soon to the United States. Sergio, you're in Colombia, right? It only took it's like 2 days. So congratulations, okay? Hoping to fly soon to America. We want you to come here. And when you get to the United States, don't forget, you got to go through a Border Patrol checkpoint. You got to get an I-94 generated, okay? Caleb, okay, thanks. I used the Spanish group also very fast. Yeah, Spanish group's good. Chiku, my interview was last week. That Thursday, my issue status was Tuesday. This was 5 to 6 days finished. Chiku, you're good. All you got to do now is go pick up your passport and your daughter's passport and get the plane tickets. Okay, that's all you're doing. Is you just got to go buy your plane tickets and then come to America and then let us know that you got here and what how you like it. I know you're gonna like it here. Karina loves America. She loves the United States. I mean, now Priyanka, she's been to like 6 or 7 states already. Shiku, thank you, Diego. God bless. Also to you, Shiku. We're happy for you. Okay, you made it. Now you were stressing it quite a bit because your daughter didn't have her interview scheduled and you didn't know how to fix it. So we helped you and we helped you fix the problem, and now you're good. Everything just go get plane tickets. Angie Guerrero. Hola, Karina, mi prometido y yo te enviamos un abrazo. Gracias.
Y algún día poder reunirnos. Sí, pronto.
So in 4 days, that's quick, Angie. Mountain Dew salute, right? That's good. Now, Karina's voice is very low. She's a very quiet talker. So, Shiku to KJB, thank you. Safe travels. Sojo Molan, thank you. Yes, I'm looking forward to receiving it and preparing for the Border Patrol. Any tips? What is the I-95? There's no such thing as an I-95. It's an I-94. The I-94 is a document you must print at the Border Patrol website. So watch my video, go into the channel and type in Diego Ross I-94. Not I-95, that doesn't exist. Diego Ross I-94. Watch those 5-minute videos. It will tell you exactly how to process the I-94 and how to get it, because you must print the I-94s. You got to at least make 5 copies. One is, if you want to go get your Social Security card, you have to include it in your green card application. You got to carry the I-94 around with you in your pocket while you're waiting for your green card, because that's your legal entry into America. All right. So, Sergio, you got it. Google Diego Ross I-94. Boom. Watch the videos. They will help you significantly. Let me see here. Ajali. So you asked for tips on the Border Patrol. Yeah, you get off the plane, you go through immigration, go to the U.S. citizenship line, go through immigration, go to your Border Patrol interview, and answer their questions. Give them the packet that they're asked for. They're going to ask for your green card, your K-1 visa packet. Give it to them, and don't say nothing unless they ask you a question. Sergio, amazing. I'll get on it. Yeah, just watch those videos. It's like 2 or 3 minutes, but it will answer your question, and it will save you a lot of headaches in the future, because you got to have the I-94 for your green card application. print like 5 copies of it. But you can't get the I-94 till you get to America. What about the usual questions of waiting time? Well, Karina waited 20 minutes. We got off the plane. It took, what, an hour to get off the plane. Remember, when the plane lands, you got to wait for everybody jumps up. They're going to try to get their luggage out of the overhead bins. Everybody wants to leave the plane first, which is impossible. Remember, we're on a plane flying from Bogota, Colombia to the United States. And it was like 95% Colombians. And there in Colombia, there's no such thing as a line. All right. Everybody wants to be taken care of immediately. So all the Colombians, they all jumped up. I'm not bashing Colombians. We love you guys. But they all jumped up, got their suitcases out of the overhead bins, and then we can't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere. So everybody else was sitting in their chairs, knowing, and they're waiting. So when the plane lands, don't be in a big hurry. Don't be in a panic mode. Okay, get up, get your overhead bin, get your carry-on bag with all your K1 visa documents in it. Do not put your K1 visa documents in checked luggage. What if you leave from Bogota, Colombia, and your checked luggage goes to Argentina, and you land in America and you're looking for your bag? Where is it at? Oh, I'm sorry. Your bag went to Argentina. And you must carry in your hand your K1 visa packet. Carry on. Put it in the overhead bin. Put it under the seat in front of you in the airplane so you can look at it. That document must be with you at all times. Don't check it in your luggage. Because if your luggage goes to another place other than where you're going, you're done. You can't enter the United States. Chris and Emil, K1 visa packet will be returned back to her at the interview. No, not necessarily. When you go pick up the K1 visa, when you go pick up your passport, when Karina went to pick up her passport, they gave her the packet. We didn't pick up her K1 visa passport at the embassy. We picked it up at a U.S. government leased office in Bogota. Different place. It all depends on the country. Jelly, did you skip me? No. So I logged on to schedule the K1 visa appointment today, May 15th. It says the next available appointment was May 17th. Will I be scheduling the biometrics that day? Will I have to go back? Well, that 2 days? If you have your medical exam done, you can make sure you get your biometrics done. Go schedule the interview. But you got to get the medical exam in your hand. You got to bring the medical exam to the visa interview. Do you have it? Do you have your medical exam in your hand? Do you have that? If you can get an appointment in 2 days, take it and go get it done. Let me see. Sergio, I'm on WhatsApp group and they share experiences of waiting for like 3 hours. Immigration could take 3 hours. Never schedule a connecting flight. Let's suppose you're going to be living in Tennessee and you land in Charlotte, North Carolina. You land in Charlotte, North Carolina. It takes 3 hours to get through immigration, right? You get through immigration. You do the K1 visa border patrol check-in. That could take 30 minutes, right? So give yourself 3 or 4 hours to get through immigration. So make sure you make a connecting flight at least 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 hours in the future. So if you land at 6 o'clock in the morning in Charlotte, North Carolina, make sure your connecting flight leaves, around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So you got enough time to clear immigration, clear the K1 visa border patrol interview, and get to your connecting flight. So remember, international flights land here, domestic flights are way over here. You may have a 20, 30-minute walk to your domestic flight. Jay Baxter, I need to join a WhatsApp group. We were originally planning on only bringing a carry-on, but since clothes are cheaper, we're going to bring a carry-on with the few clothes and her visa package then a check bag full of new clothes. It's better to lose a suitcase full of clothes than to lose your K1 visa information. Your K1 visa package given to you by whoever gives it to you needs to be in your carry-on bag. Okay? Don't check it. You're going to have a big problem if that suitcase goes someplace other than where you're going, because you will be denied entry to the United States. Ajali, no, it's not letting me schedule the biometrics nor the interview. Okay, well, what you need to do is because they're busy. What you need to do is you got to keep checking every day, keep checking, and eventually you're going to get a day. Then you'll be able to do it. Okay? Trust me. Okay? Just keep looking every day, and you will find a spot that opens up. As soon as you see it, get it. Beastone Og. Hey, Diego, just joined the live stream. We got married finally. Mountain Dew salute. Is there a time frame that I need to file the adjustment of status for her? My advice is to file for the green card 50 to 60 days after you get married. You need time to put together a very strong green card package application. You got to put her on the water bill, the gas bill, the electric bill, the lease to your apartment, the deed to your house, the title to your car. You need to get her health insurance, put her on your life insurance, put her on your car insurance. I mean, you may not be able to do that without a social security number, but you got to put together a strong green card application. Pictures of your wedding, pictures of your honeymoon. Okay? Put it together like this. Give it 50, 60 days and try to get it all done within the 90 days of your I-94. Ajali, look at that super chat. Thank you, Ajali. We appreciate you. Thank you. Ajali, just relax, okay? Just what you got to do is you got to keep going back, and you got to keep checking and checking and checking and checking for an open slot. You'll get one. You're going to get a K1 visa interview. You're going to get it. Don't worry. You're good, but it just takes time. And Jay Baxter, you're going to put your the K1 visa package is going to be carry-on. Okay? It's better to lose clothes in a suitcase than to lose your K1 visa package. Bring it with you on the plane, put it under the seat where you are sitting. So it's not letting you schedule the biometrics or the interview at Jelly. No, just keep checking, okay? You'll get it. No, you're going to get one. Beastone Og. Hey, Diego, just joined. No problem. And file the green card application like 50, 60 days after you get married with a strong application. And don't mess up the paperwork. Take your time with the paperwork. Claire Maston Vlogs. Hi, Diego and Karina. Our K1 in Rio was approved. Yes. Rio de Janeiro only asked 4 questions, but the paper they gave us says there is a chance of a potential denial. Disregard that, Claire and Manson Vlogs. Your visa's approved. They say that to everybody. Karina got the same message. Okay, whatever. Karina's sitting right here. Beastone, oh, look at that super chat from Beastone. Thank you. Mountain Dew salute. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Beastone Og, our 90 days was reached yesterday. Okay. Nope, that's okay. You're in it. Just relax. You're good. Zach Fanton, will a joint co-sponsorship make the interview less motivated to prove a K1 visa? Well, does it matter? It's irrelevant. They don't care. Immigration don't care if you have a sponsor, joint sponsor. What they care about is that your beneficiary is going to be taken care of in the United States when he or she gets here. If you don't quite make enough money, it's okay. It's all good. You get a joint sponsor. Immigration want to see income. It has no bearing on your K1 visa approval. It will have a bearing, okay, if you don't have a joint sponsor. You go to the K1 visa interview, you only make $19,000 a year. Immigration is going to want to see a joint sponsor, okay? when you apply for your green card, if you only make $19,000 a year, $18,000 a year, it's all good. But immigration's going to want to see a joint sponsor. They don't care about joint sponsorship. They care about you. Your beneficiary is going to be taken care of in America. A roof over her head, food in her belly, medical, health care, the general requirements of a secure life in the United States. Let's see here. Paulino Gomez. Hello, Diego. My fiance was told that once I get in the USA, we can get married in a courthouse and have more time for planning the wedding ceremony. Okay, you can do that. But remember, you only get married once. Okay? You go to the courthouse and you get married. You get a marriage certificate. That must go in your green card application. You get married. There's your marriage certificate. That goes in your green card application. Then you can have a ceremony later if you want, with family and friends or whatever. Get pictures of it. But you must identify that this was the wedding ceremony and this was the actual wedding. You gotta make sure immigration understands both, right? Claire Madison Vlogs. Thank you so much for all your help. You've saved us so much drama and money. Mountain Dew salute. I saved you a bunch of money, didn't I? God bless you both. We'll be keeping you posted. We saved you $4,000 at a minimum. Jay Baxter, I will put it in my carry-on so she doesn't lose it. That's it right there. Beast.org, we got a social security number, but it has an expiration. It's good for 90 days, but it's not good for 90 days. Let's just relax on the expiration date. It's irrelevant. Can I update it with a social security number with no restrictions and my wife is allowed to work? Okay, Beast.org, your wife is not allowed to work with just a social security number. If she applies for a job with just her social security number, immigration will get a mismatch because she hasn't been issued her green card yet, or she hasn't been issued her work permit yet. You got to have the work permit and or green card and the social security number together. That's a requirement. Okay, so you don't get a mismatch with Homeland Security. And the question is, now once you get your green card, okay, go back to the Social Security office with your green card and say, hey, I want to update my status in the United States of America for my Social Security number. You are going to update your status to a legal permanent resident. The Social Security Office Administration is going to go in the computer, change your status to legal permanent resident, and your Social Security number gets updated. Your Social Security number is not going to change. Nothing changes. Karina's Social Security number is her Social Security number for life. It's forever. But she will change her status when she gets the work permit. Beastone, another super chat from Beastone. Look at you. Thank you. I drank so much Mountain Dew trying to get this computer to work and get the internet connected. I'm almost out, so now we can go get some more Mountain Dew. Beastone, don't worry. The Social Security card isn't going to expire, okay? But when you get the green card, you got to go back to Social Security office and update your status in the United States. Your wife is not allowed to work with the Social Security number. She's got to have a green card / work permit and Social Security number. Zach Fenton, in another video, I think you said the paperwork is easy. However, if I decide to get help, is there a legal agency you'd recommend to help with the K-1 process? Yeah, me. You need help? Ask me. Do not pay somebody $1,000 to do this. The paperwork is easy. All you got to do is watch the videos. I don't recommend any company or legal agency to do this. I don't recommend immigration attorneys. Well, for the most part, they do a good job, but they sometimes make mistakes. Okay, so let's suppose you hire an immigration attorney and pay him $4,000 to do your K-1 visa application. What if you get an RFE? Where does it go? It goes to the immigration attorney. It doesn't go to you. You may not even know you got an RFE. Immigration attorneys make, a lot of people like us, they make mistakes on paperwork. Okay, there was our friend who hired an attorney. The attorney got his date of birth incorrect on his K-1 visa application. They made mistakes on the paperwork. The MVC received it. The MVC sent it back to USCIS and said there's a problem here. There's an error with the birth certificate. Not the birth certificate, the date of birth on the paperwork. Who screwed it up? The immigration attorney did. Okay? You need to take control of your K-1 visa. You, Mr. Beneficiary, or Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, you must take control of this K-1 visa process, not an immigration attorney, so that way you know it doesn't get any errors. If an immigration attorney is in control of your K-1 visa, the immigration attorney is going to get all the correspondence from USCIS, not you. What if your immigration attorney is on vacation and then USCIS sends an RFE to your immigration attorney, and your immigration attorney is in Maui on the beach surfing, and it's for 2 weeks. So your RFE is going to sit for 2 weeks. It could. Make sure, Mr. Sponsor, you fill out the paperwork. You control this process, not a third party, not a company. You want to give your social security number and your date of birth to a visa processing company? Seriously? Seriously? That they put in their computer? How strong is their computer? Can it get hacked? Possibly. I don't know. If you want to put a K-1 visa package together, I will help you for free. Don't pay anybody to do it. Don't hand over. Don't put your beneficiary's life in the hands of somebody else. Put it in your hands, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. I don't recommend anybody, any immigration attorneys. I don't recommend any agencies. I recommend Diego Ross. Diego, we went to the clerk of the court and got our marriage license and certificate today. So the certificate that we got today, that goes with the adjustment of status application. What about the marriage license? You can put both in there if you want, but immigration just want to see that you guys are married. So yeah, you can put them both in there. It's not going to hurt anything. Ajeli, I have another question. After they send you the email to book your biometrics and K-1 interview, how long do I have to book it? It depends on the embassy. It depends on how busy. But you got 12 months to do it. Then it terminates, okay? Once you file the DS-160, the DS-160 is good for a year. Okay? So you got a year. But you need to get it done. As soon as you pay the visa fee, you want to be looking on the computer every day for a open appointment slot and get it scheduled. Okay? You got it? Zach Fenton, thanks. Me and my mom plan to visit my fiance in Brazil this summer, planning to get more evidence of the relationship. Keep the boarding passes. Get pictures with you, your mom, and your fiance and her family. Lots and lots of family pictures. Immigration don't care about selfies. They couldn't care less. They're not important. Anybody can make a selfie, and they can even Photoshop a selfie. What immigration wants to see are pictures together with family and friends. 95% of all the pictures I sent to USCIS for the K-1 visa application in April of 2022 was Karina, myself, and her family and her friends. 95% of the pictures. The other 5% were a few pictures together. Okay? Same is true with the green card application. So good job, Zach. Keep your boarding passes, plane tickets. Take your fiance out to eat in different restaurants. Keep the receipts from the restaurants. Identify the restaurant in your green card in the K-1 visa application. Get a piece of paper like this. I can't see what I'm doing because the camera's not working. But you get a piece of paper. You take the receipt on here. You write the name of the restaurant, the date of the dinner date. Get some pictures in the restaurant, etc., and keep building your evidence. Okay. When you're at the airport, you buy lunch at the airport when you're waiting for a connecting flight. Keep the receipt. That proves you were at the airport. Stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. Antonio, you're good. Cook Eatery. Cookie Eater. Cookie Eater. Okay, gotta get that from here. Cookie Eater. Hello, Diego and Karina. Good to see both of you together now. I was going to ask how I can track my mom's progression of her adjustment of status. She recently passed her forms and documents. Where did she pass them to? Cookie Eater. I need more information. It's good to see you on the channel. Thanks for being here. But you're asking me, how can you track your mom's progression of her green card? She recently passed her forms and documents. I don't understand. What you're telling me is your mom mailed her green card application to Chicago or Arizona, right? Is that what you're telling me? And now you're waiting for a response? Because once immigration opened up the green card application for your mom, it's a family-based green card, she's going to have to go to biometrics. They'll send her a letter like this one, like Karina, and she got a letter for biometrics. But and then they'll give you a receipt number that you can go online and check the status on. Ajali, thank you so much, because I thought I only had 4 months. No, you're good. Antonio, do we need to send marriage pictures for adjustment status because we're going to get married in the courthouse? Okay, so you're in the courthouse. Get somebody to take pictures of you getting married in the courthouse. Invite the people that work in the courthouse as part of your wedding. Hey guys, I know you're trying to process a license tag or a driver's license. Come on over here and get a picture with us. And then you can have everybody in the courthouse who works at the courthouse included in your wedding pictures. Right? And then write the names of the people who are in the picture. But get pictures in the courthouse for your green card application. Let me see here. Ajali, by the way, I just snuck to go spend the weekend in the Dominican Republic with my fiance. Okay. I got back Monday. Good news. Hopefully you got lots of pictures together with family and friends. Keep your boarding passes. Keep all your evidence of your trip. When you go eat at the restaurant, keep the receipts. Antonio, when is a good time to go apply for the Social Security number after getting marriage license and certificate? As soon as you can. Go get it. That next day. Cookie Eater. Yeah, sorry. She passed her forms and documents through mail in Dallas, Texas. P.O. Box. Thank you for telling me they'll send them out to her. Yeah. As long as, if you put a G1145 document in there, they'll let you know. Okay. What's going on? Cookie Eater, relax. Immigration, when you submit a package to immigration, okay, they don't forget about you. Now, you may think they forgot about you. Like you could send in your green card application to, let's say, Chicago or Elgin, Illinois, or to Phoenix, Arizona, and you don't hear anything for 2 or 3 weeks, okay? If you don't get a text message from immigration, they haven't opened your package yet. If you include G1145 in your green card application, when your green card application gets UPS, you send it by UPS, FedEx, or DHL to Chicago, Phoenix, or Elgin, Illinois. When they open it, they will send you a text message. But you'll know that immigration received it because you sent it by courier. FedEx, DHL, UPS will tell you, hey, we delivered your green card application to this place, to the address you put. Okay? Then immigration, they'll put your green card application on a shelf. When they get to it, they'll open the box. They'll send you a text message and tell you they got it. Then you know they got it. Then you got to relax. You just got to wait. Like Karina's waiting on her work permit. It got approved over a week ago. Okay? She's like, well, when do I get my work permit? I said, when they send it. It's a slow process, guys. Remember, immigration is working 60, 70,000 cases of people. Plus all these asylum seekers. That's another what? Thousands and thousands, another 20,000 people all trying to come to America for asylum. I mean, it's a lot of work, guys. Antonio, so do we wait until she gets her social security number to send the I-485? Okay, let me ask you a question, Antonio. On the 485, okay, on that form that you just mentioned, right here, on this form 485, it's 20 pages long. This is the form you're going to fill out to apply for the green card. It's one of 3 forms. On page 2 of the 485, there's a question right here. Right here. They ask you, number 14, page 2, has the Social Security Administration ever officially issued you a Social Security card? Yes or no? If you got a Social Security card issued to you and you have it in your hand, you're going to check yes. Then on number 15, it says, please provide the Social Security number. So you write it right here. Page 2 of 485. Now, if you didn't apply for your Social Security number, if you want immigration to apply for it for you, you're going to check here, do you want the Social Security Administration to issue you a Social Security card? You're going to put yes in the little box. And then you're going to say, do you give the Homeland Security folks permission to disclose the information in this form to the Social Security Administration so you can get your Social Security card? You're going to say yes. You're going to check a little X in the yes. Then you're going to wait for your Social Security card. You can do it 2 ways. You can either ask Homeland Security to do it, or you can apply for it yourself and include the number on the paperwork on page 2. So Antonio, did that answer your question? Francois, like sending your RFE response package back and weeks go by and not a peep. It's Francois, immigration received your RFE paperwork. They have it. They're not gonna forget about you, and you're gonna get your NOA2 letter. Okay, just got to be patient. LOL. There you go. Cookie eater. Yes, thank you, Diego. My mom is overly worried about it and concerns herself with the work permit. I'll tell her what I learned from you. She just got to relax and wait this out. There are 60, 70, 80,000 other people all waiting in the same boat as you guys and us. That's a lot of people. That's a football stadium. That's like going to a Super Bowl, go to the Super Bowl, right? How many people are in the audience? 60,000, 70,000 people. That's how many people are in process right now for a green card or a work permit. Okay? That's a lot of work for immigration. Enrique Rijo. Hello, Diego. Had my biometrics done on April 24th. I would like to know when I can receive my work permit. It's going to probably take about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, somewhere in there. Francois, I was being funny about the waiting. Karina's right now is waiting. We're waiting for the work permit. Karina's waiting. It's been approved for over a week. Where is it? Donde? It's being processed. It's going to get here. Antonio, can we answer no to questions 14 and 16 on the page? Okay, let me go to page 2. It's on page 2. Question 14. Okay, if you haven't applied for a Social Security number, you put no. Number 14, page 2, USCIS Form 485. If you haven't applied for a Social Security number, you check no. Okay. And then you go to 16 and 17 and ask them, yet you give them permission, yes and yes. If you have applied for a Social Security card and you haven't received it yet, then you must say, has the Social Security Administration ever issued you a security card? You put yes. You just haven't received it yet. It takes 10 days. So my advice to you guys is if you apply for your Social Security card, wait until you get it before you fill out the Form 485. So you can put the Social Security number in page 2 so immigration can see it. Antonio, do you understand? Did I answer your question? Authorized. Hello, Diego and Karina. A question. Should I contact USCIS? It has been 2 months since USCIS requested RFE for my 485 for my translated birth certificate, and I have not had a response. Yes. Check in with them. Say, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Write them a letter to the address where you sent your green card application. Did you send it to Chicago? Did you send it to Phoenix, Arizona? Or did you send it to Elgin, Illinois? Wherever you sent it, write a letter, identify who you are with your NOA2 letter. You got to identify who you are with the NOA2 letter and ask them, what's the status of my green card? It shouldn't take 2 months to review a birth certificate. Antonio, okay, you answered my question. Thank you, the man. Well, I'm just here giving you advice and information, guys, so you don't have to pay an immigration attorney to do it. Jesse Hughes, hello, Diego and Karina. I hope you are well. All is well. We're good, man. About how long to wait these days for a welcome letter until interview? Any ideas? Yeah, so the welcome letter, it all depends on the embassy workload. The U.S. Embassy, okay, control basically the whole process once you get your NOA2 letter. So you got your NOA2 letter. So if the embassy, if your beneficiary has to go interview at is busy, like Bogota, Colombia, Mumbai, India, if they're busy, the welcome letter will come to you within about 2 months. Okay, and then you're at the mercy of the MVCs at the mercy of the embassy, because they're waiting for the embassy to get on busy so they can send your K1 visa package to the embassy. That could take another month or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. For us, it took 6 months because Bogota was busy. It took 22 months for Karina to get her K1 visa and her passport. 22 months. Now it's taken about 15 months, 12, 14, 15 months. It depends on how busy the embassy is. Jesse, Bangkok, Thailand, it's about 3 to 4 months, okay? Because Bud Garcia and Larry Piercy, they have fiancés in Thailand, and they've already got their appointment scheduled. It took about, it was about 6 weeks, somewhere in there. Ajali Diego, how long after getting your K1 visa do you have to come to the United States? You got 6 months from the day of your medical exam. So here's your medical exam. You got your medical exam on May 15th, 2024. You got 6 months from the date of the medical exam to come to the United States. Let's suppose you had your medical exam May 15th, 2024, and then you picked up your K1 visa on June 15th, 2024. You only have 5 months left to leave your country, okay? Because the medical exam date is the date that the K1 visa termination starts. Why do I say that? Well, you could fly to the United States of America and your medical exam has expired, but your K1 visa is good. Immigration, the Border Patrol won't let you come in the country with an expired medical exam. Okay, so everything rests on the medical exam. So make sure when you get your medical exam, that's the time that you have to start counting the 6 months for your K1 visa. It's good for 6 months. A K2 visa is good for 12 months. Okay, but a K1 visa is good for 6 months because sometimes a child is in school, in high school, in middle school, and they want to finish out the school year before flying to America. So the K2 visa is good for 12 months from the date of the medical exam. The K1 visa is good for 6 months from the date of the medical exam. But if you listen to my advice, Karina picked up her K1 visa November. You picked up the K1 visa November 26th. We flew to the United States on January 3rd. So we spent another month in Colombia with family because it was Christmas. Yaha Conte. Hi, Diego. How are you doing? We are good. Antonio, Diego, do you have a checklist for all the documents you need to send for adjustment of status in EAD? Yes. On this channel, I have made 3 videos on how to apply for a green card. The EAD is easy. All you do is fill out the paperwork and include a passport photo. The employment authorization document, all you got to do is fill out the paperwork, fill out the form, the 797, and include a passport photo with that paperwork. to apply for the green card, I made a checklist of all the documents you need, and it's on a video. If you go on the channel and Google Diego Ross, adjustment of status, Diego Ross documents for green card, something like that, you will find the videos. I made like 3 of them. Watch the videos and get you the popcorn and a pen and make your notes. You watch the video, freeze it, take some notes. Watch the video, freeze it, take some notes. However you want to do it. But I've made videos on how to put together green card packages. Okay, a checklist for the work permit. You put the work permit in with the green card application. Boom. Francois, look at that super Francois. I got Larry's gonna take. Hopefully Larry, but Francois got a little bit. You get the last Mountain Dew salute. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Karina said, she's telling me something here. Thank you for your support, Francois. No problem. We're here for you, Francois. You're going to get your NOA2 letter. Karina's waiting for a work permit. Waiting and waiting. You're waiting for your NOA2 letter. Let me see. Yaha Conte, can you go for your biometrics while USCIS sent your request for initial evidence? Can you go for your biometrics while USCIS sent you a request for initial evidence? Are you in the green card process or the K1 visa? Are you waiting for the K1 visa interview at the embassy? What are you doing? Yaha, I'm trying to figure this out. Are you waiting for a visa interview at the embassy, or are you applying for a green card? Because why would you go to, okay, so you apply for the green card. Did you get a letter from immigration with your biometrics date on it and time and location? Yaha. Right here is Karina's email. They sent her a letter saying you have a biometrics appointment in New Orleans on this day at this time. If you got a letter from immigration telling you to go to a green card or go to a biometrics appointment, you must go to it. You already paid for it, so you go to it, even if you're waiting for an RFE. Okay? So you Francois, another super chat from Francois in upstate New York. But I'm out of Mountain Dew. But that's okay. Mountain Dew salute. Thank you, Francois. Thanks for not getting tired of hearing me say waiting and waiting and waiting. Karina's waiting and waiting too. You're waiting. Karina's waiting. Francois is waiting. Everybody on the channel is waiting for something, right? You're all waiting for something, but you're going to get it. This event is hopefully sooner rather than later. And let me see here. So Yaha, if you've applied for your green card and you got an RFE and you got a letter for biometrics, you got to go to the biometrics on the day they tell you. At the location they tell you, at the time they tell you. RFE or no RFE, you got to go to the biometrics for the green card. Cookie Eater. Oh, by the way, Diego, how much did you all pay for the documents you sent? I can't remember. It was like $1,200. But on April 1st, the price of green cards and K1 visas went up. Okay? The price of a green card application on April 1st went to $1,440. That doesn't include if you want to go to work permit, or it doesn't include if you want to get advanced parole. Advanced parole is if you want to leave the United States while you're waiting for your green card. It's $630 for that. Okay? I don't recommend anybody getting advanced parole. You come to America, you come to America to live, not to jump back on a plane and fly back to where you came from. So forget about advanced parole. Save the money. If you want to get a work permit, you can do that, but it's $265, I think. I can't remember, but we paid $1,200, I think, for the green card application, but now it's $1,440, and we got the work permit process for free. Antonio, so when do we pay for biometrics? Well, if you've applied for the when you apply for the green card is when you pay your biometrics. If you are bringing one person, if you brought one person to the United States and you're going to apply for the green card, it's going to be $1,440 for the green card and for the biometrics as of now, May 15th, 2024. Okay, as of right now. If you want the work permit, it's at $265. Did you see my last question, Antonio? Yeah. So when do we pay for the biometrics? It's included in the price when you pay for the green card. Yeah, and I have a checklist for how to process a green card. I made videos about it. Antonio, if you want to learn how to process a green card, just watch the videos I've made and you'll get it for free. What's the question? I didn't see the other question. Ask me again so I can answer it. So Cookie Eater, I paid $1,200. Antonio, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about biometrics. What exactly is it? It's a photograph of your beneficiary's face. Biometrics was a photograph of Karina's beautiful face and her fingerprints. It took 5 minutes. And her signature. So it's her signature, her fingerprints, and a picture of her face for the green card. So we applied. Here's what happens, right? Karina applied for her green card, right? She sent it to Chicago, Illinois. A week later, they sent her a letter for biometrics in New Orleans. So we drove 5 hours for a 5-minute biometrics appointment. Huh? And a picture. So we went from Florida to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana for a 5-minute interview. It's not even an interview. The lady was real nice. The lady said, "Hey, Karina, welcome. Come on back here. Here's your fingerprints. Here's your photo taken. Here's your signature. We need your signature." And that was it. And I said, "We got to drive 5 hours for a 5-minute interview, 5-minute biometrics. We're going to make a weekend out of it. If we're going to be in New Orleans for 5 minutes, no, we're going to be there for the weekend." So we stayed at the Holiday Inn, I think it was, and we had a good time. Went to Bourbon Street. Karina bought herself a ball cap from the Hard Rock Cafe on Bourbon Street. It was good. I was I-10 all the way. Yeah, I-10 all the way. You're right. Not a bad route. It was easy. It wasn't easy. It was a 5 hours of driving, but it was easy. It was like I-10, 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 and then derecha into New Orleans, park in the hotel, check into the hotel. We walked to the biometrics from the hotel on Poydras Street. Karina did her biometrics, 5 minutes, and then we had the whole day and the night to ourselves. We had a good time. The breakfast was good in the hotel. Holiday Inn had a fantastic breakfast, guys. We didn't have any beignets. The guy with the bow tie, we didn't eat any beignets. We forgot to do that. Antonio, thanks. Karina. Zach Fenton, if a beneficiary is wearing a religious head covering in the passport, it's the same kind of covering needed for the biometrics photo. It's up to immigration. But there are strict rules on photos for immigration. Okay? There are strict rules about wearing head coverings for passport photos for immigration. So before you get the passport photo done with a head covering for the green card, you got to know what the rules are. Okay? Maybe I should make a video about that. What do you think? Maybe I should make a video about that. So I'll investigate that and make a video about it. Okay, tomorrow. Is a beneficiary wearing a religious head covering in the passport? For the passport, it's fine. That's the country's passport. The U.S. government doesn't control a country's passport, but they do control the green card. Okay? In my opinion, Zach, you cannot wear head coverings for green card photos or for biometrics photos. Immigration want to see the whole face. Okay? This is the United States of America. It's a different culture here. Okay? We don't live in the Middle East. We live in America. Immigration has different rules. Our country runs differently from the Middle East. We have different rules here from them. They have different rules from us. But I got a feeling immigration is going to want to see the whole head, the hair, the face, and everything. Okay? for the green card and for the biometrics. So my advice is, my opinion is, don't wear a head covering. Just go and get the picture taken. This is America, okay? This isn't we're not in another country, so you know that the rules here are different from the rules there, okay? But I'll investigate it for you. Antonio, I brought my car from Eco Park in Pensacola. Oh, okay, Pensacola, yeah, that's not far away. Antonio, so along with the fee for the I-485 and the EAD, we send a separate $80 for biometrics. No, you don't. You write a check for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit in one check, okay? So you're filling out the check to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It's going to be $1,440 for the green card and the biometrics, and $265, I think, for the work permit. So you're going to make out a check for $1,705. One check. But I need to double check the price of the work permit. It's either $260 or $265. I can't remember the exact how much it is. So I made a video about it. Watch the video, and that will help you. Let's see here. Karina's trying to help me. She's organizing the questions. She knows more about computers than I do. She's a tax accountant. Okay. I'm an old retired Navy guy. Let's see. I was told all the fees need to be separate. Wrong. That's not true. It's got to be one check. Green card, biometrics, work permit, one check. But you got to include the work permit for paperwork, the I-797 in the green card application. Let's see here. Antonio, it's one check for everything. Mickey Chihuahua. Hi, send in my 485, 765, I-131, 864. Why did you send in an I-131? What's that for? Mickey, what's the I-131 for? Are you and a spouse? Were you already married? I-131. I can't remember what that is. It's not required for a green card. The green card application requires the 485, the 864, the 633, the medical exam, and the vaccinations. So you included the 485 and the 864. The 765, so let me see here. I'm going through my notes so you guys get good information. Let me see here. I don't want to mess this up because I don't even know what the other form is. The 765 is your work permit. So you filed the work permit. Okay, so the I-131's got to be advanced parole, I'm thinking. But you don't need that. Why spend the money? $630. FedEx, $97 for 2-pound packet, first week of January. Had biometrics, February 24th. Work permit approved end of March. Work permit combo parole card received April. Okay, so the end of March, you got the work permit approved, and you got the combo parole. Okay, you got the advanced parole card and the work permit in April. When in April? The end of April, beginning of April, middle of April. 485 was approved yesterday. Mickey, congratulations. That's good news. So you got your green card approved. You applied for the work permit, the advanced parole, the affidavit of support, and the application for the green card, and you got approved for the green card yesterday, May 14th, 2024, and you sent it in on. I'm trying to get unconfused here. So you sent it in January 25th. So January, February, March, April, May. So it took 4.5 months. Menos for the green card. 4 meses. Congratulations, Mickey. But why did you apply for advanced parole? I mean, you got the green card in the mail, right? You received your green card. so you don't need the advanced parole anymore because you can use your green card. I don't know. I think, but you got it for free apparently. Now let me see. Yeah, you got the biometrics. Excuse me. You got the work permit and you got the advanced parole for free. So that's good. Zach Fenton. So that's fine as long as photos with and without head coverings doesn't cause suspicion because of the inconsistency. No. Your beneficiary has no choice in her home country but to wear a head covering for a passport photo. The country rules says you got to do it. In the United States of America, okay, you don't have to. So I wouldn't do it. I would get the photos of the biometrics without the head covering. It's not going to cause an inconsistency, okay? Immigration's not going to ding you for that. It's just relax, okay? It's all good. Sergio Molan, I see a message under the approval notice that says the consular officer has approved your application subject to final processing. That's normal. That's normal, Sergio. Karina got the same message. Everybody in the world gets the same message at every embassy in every country. There's 160 countries that watch this channel. They're all going to get the same message, and Karina included. And Karina is sitting right here next to me, my beautiful wife, waiting on her green card. So you're good, Sergio. Just relax, man. The guy with the bow tie, I like that name. I love that YouTube name. You did a lot of work for Karina. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do everything like you have done to have all your I's dotted and T's crossed. That's why I was in the Navy for 20 years. If I made a mistake, it could cost somebody their life, right? Right? So when I put together the green card application and the K-1 visa application, I didn't make any mistakes because it could have cost Karina her visa or her green card, right? This is a process of zero errors. And if you make a mistake, that's a minor one, okay? Immigration will contact you with an RFE and have you fix it. If you make a big mistake, like hire an immigration attorney who fills out the paperwork incorrectly, and it makes it to USCIS and then the MVC is going to send it back to USCIS and say, hey, this paperwork's all screwed up. What's going on? Zero errors, ladies and gentlemen, and you will go through this smoothly. If you want to get zero errors when you put together a K-1 visa package or a green card application, watch the videos I've made for you guys. I've made these videos for you for free to save you thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, I would say 350,000 people around the world have watched at least one of these videos, okay? So we've saved people millions of dollars over the last year in immigration fees, immigration attorney fees, not immigration fees. But it's up to you to watch the videos. I mean, let me see here. Sergio, you're good. It's normal. Relax. And yeah, but the guy with the bow tie, when I put this K-1 visa package together, I got zero errors. When I was in the United States Navy, I made zero errors because people's lives were dependent on my decisions. Karina's visa depended on my decisions, on my application. Okay? So I said, okay, Karina's idea. She said, let's put a channel, put the immigration channel together to help people. So the money I'm saving you guys, use it for your wedding, use it for your honeymoon, okay? Use it for your family. I'm sure the immigration attorney gets mad, because he lost $4,000, okay? But that's okay. Jay Baxter, does everyone have to go to New Orleans for biometrics, or does Oklahoma go somewhere else? Oklahoma, you're going to probably go to Oklahoma. Probably go to, I don't know, no. The reason Karina went to New Orleans is because that's the closest USCIS office for this area. Okay? If we lived in Miami, we would go to Miami. There's an office in Miami, but there's no immigration office in this part of the Panhandle of Florida. The closest one is in New Orleans because that's the closest big city. Okay? So no, you're going to go to your biometrics in Oklahoma. I think Priyanka, who lives in Alabama, she went to her biometrics in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. So she had to go from Alabama to Georgia. We had to go from Florida to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana. No big deal. Let me see here. Antonio, the USCIS website says send separate payments for each application. No, send one check. One check. I sent one check. Antonio, I just don't want to mess it up. No, you're not going to mess it up. Just write one check for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit, and you're good. Save the paper. Save the paperwork. Mickey, yes, did concurrent filing pay $1,225. Work permit combo received end of April. I-485 approved yesterday via notification in my USCIS account. Next step is waiting for the green card. Mickey, congratulations, Mickey. Congratulations. That's a milestone in your life in America. And it's not an easy process. It's a long process. Congratulations. We're happy for you. Okay. Karina's going to get her green card probably end of July, somewhere in there. We know. We're just going to hang out and wait. And when she gets her green card, then I'm taking her down, take her driver's test. Because she'll have her green card, she'll have her social security number. She's going to get her, she knows how to drive now. Karina knows how to drive like a champ. She can even back in and out of the garage. Right? Francois Livingston, I'm the queen of Eris. Francois, you're good. You're not the queen of Eris, Francois. You just didn't know what the heck you were doing. And then you found the channel, right? You found the channel. And then you know what, now you know what you're doing, right? And Mickey said she paid $1,225 in one check, right? That's what we did. I wrote a check for $1,225, one check for the green card, the biometrics, and then the work permit was free. We didn't apply for advanced parole because Karina now lives in America. She doesn't need advanced parole. She lives in the United States. What does she need an advanced parole document for? And when she becomes a U.S. citizen, we're going to go on vacation to Colombia, to England. Karina wants to see London, right? Huh? Yeah, first. So we're going to go to England for vacation, but we're not going to do any of that until she has a U.S. passport. She's a U.S. citizen, so we don't get some irate Border Patrol officer giving her a freaking hard time when she comes back to America. She'll have a U.S. passport. The guy with the bow tie, that's awesome. My friend did all his paperwork for his wife, too. She got citizenship in 3 years after marriage. That's the ticket. U.S. citizenship. Become an American. Get your American baseball cap. Study American history. Study about our country. Study our politics. Learn about our government. Know what your rights are. As a green card holder, you have the same rights as me, a U.S. citizen. When Karina gets her green card, she's going to have the same rights as me. Okay? First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment. Learn about our history of our country. Learn about our republic. We're a constitutional republic. Learn about how everything works here and become American. And then when you become American, you get your American passport, then go back to wherever it is you used to live and say, hey, everybody, how's everybody? Then you got no more worries about immigration, right? It's just my opinion. Let me see. Mickey did my biometrics in Tampa. There you go. So there's a U.S. Immigration office in Tampa. There's one in Miami. There's one in Tampa. Then the next closest, I think there's one in Jacksonville. And then the closest one to us is in New Orleans. Jay Baxter, okay, thank you. I was dreading a long drive after a long flight. No, Jay Baxter, you're going to have biometrics in Oklahoma. Excuse me. Antonio, is there a form we need to fill out for biometrics? No. Antonio, you put your paperwork together for the green card. You write the check for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit. Or if you don't want the work permit, just write a check for the biometrics and the green card. Immigration will send you a letter and tell you your biometrics is on this day, at this time, at this location. Karina received a letter. Karina Ross, your biometrics is going to be in New Orleans on Poydras Street, 1250 Poydras Street at, what was it? What hora in Dia? It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, I think. I think it was like 11 a.m. 11:30. It was on 11 o'clock in the morning. They sent her a letter, Karina. Now, here's the important thing about when you go to your biometrics. Ladies, this applies to the ladies, okay? When you get married to your American citizen sponsor and you change your last name, like Karina changed her last name to my name. So Karina is Karina Ross. When she went to her biometrics, she had her passport with her, and she also had her military ID. Okay? Thank goodness she had her military ID with her, because her military ID has her name, Karina Ross. The passport says Karina and her maiden name. Right? So ladies, when you go for your biometrics, if you took your husband's last name, you must have a government ID that shows your husband's last name, because the letter for your biometrics, you're going to get a letter for your biometrics, and it's going to be, it was to Karina Ross. Everything was Karina Ross. So she had to prove she was Karina Ross. Her maiden name wasn't going to cut it. Her passport was no longer relevant. Okay? But she had a military ID with her name on it, Karina Ross, and she gave the immigration officer. The immigration officer says, your biometrics is scheduled in your husband's, in your new last name. I need to see an ID with your new last name on it. She goes, oh man. Or the marriage certificate, right? Either one, either or. The marriage certificate that shows your new name or whatever, or the military ID, or a driver's license, or a state ID. Let me see. So, Antonio, there is no form required to fill out for biometrics when you apply for the green card. There's nothing, no form, nothing. It's immigration does it for you as a courtesy to you. Mickey, you are right, Diego. We the same decision. Wait for the green card before doing driver's license. There you go. Because the DMV in Florida, you will get actual green card filed. If you filed via a work permit, it's only a 60-day permit. Right. So in Florida, okay, when Karina gets her work permit, we're not going to go for her driver's license because it's only good for 60 days. When she gets her green card in her hand, that's when we're going to go take her driver's test, and she will get her driver's license. And then it will be good. And then that's it. That's in Florida. It could be different in different states. Anyway, guys, I've been talking. This is the second live stream I've done today, and I had technical issues on the first live stream. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't control the freaking internet, okay? Jay Baxter, how can you get a government ID before you get a green card? Because my fiance is going to change her name when she becomes a citizen. Well, why is she going to wait until she becomes a citizen to change her last name to your last name? Karina already has my last name. It's Karina's, gets her green card. When you apply for the green card, okay, on the 485, when you fill out the page 1 of the 485, right here it says, what is your beneficiary's name? Karina Ross. Then underneath it says, what other names have you used? Karina, her maiden name. When she filed for her green card, her paperwork came back as Karina Ross because that's her new name. Right here. Page 1, right here. What's your name? ¿Qué es tu nombre? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? My name is Karina Ross. Okay. What was your name before you got married? My name was Karina, maiden name. Her paperwork, her green card, everything comes in the mail as Karina Ross. That's how you do it if you want to change your name. Okay? Antonio, did you send original marriage certificate or a copy? I got I got the original marriage certificate and a certified original marriage certificate. I was in when Karina, we got one for free. In Florida, they give you the original marriage certificate and then they give you a second one as a courtesy. So I had two original marriage certificates. So I use one for the green card application, and I asked the lady, she stamps it, boom, and signs it, and then we got the second one, boom, she signed it. I included the original certified copy of the marriage certificate in her green card application. We had two. My recommendation is you purchase at least two more. So you get married, you go to the marriage license office, they give you a marriage certificate. If you get a free one, if you get a second one for free, take it, make sure they stamp it and certify it, use it for the green card, but get two more and pay for them. You're going to need one of those. You're going to need a copy, the certified copy for when you lift the conditions off the 2-year green card. And then you're going to mail that off when you apply for the 10-year green card. Then you're going to need a certified copy of the marriage certificate when you apply for U.S. citizenship. All right? So you're going to need 4 marriage certificates certified as original. One for you, one for the green card application, one for the 10-year green card application, and one for the U.S. citizenship application. So you need 4. Okay? Let's see here. Francois, good night. Wonderful live chat despite the technical difficulties at the beginning. Yeah, Francois, I'm sorry about that. And thanks for the super chats, okay? We appreciate the super chats. But my internet company, I don't know if it was the computer or the internet. I don't know. But it's all fixed now. We'll see you on the next live stream, Francois. Antonio, how will my wife go by getting my last name? We just got our marriage certificate today. Antonio, when you apply for the green card, Antonio, when you apply for the green card using Form 485, it says here on page 1, information about you. This is information about the beneficiary who just married the American citizen. What is your current legal name? Do not provide a nickname. What is your current legal name? Karina's current legal name after we got married was Karina Ross. And then it asks underneath that, what other names have you used since birth? Well, she had Karina maiden name. So Karina Ross goes here, and Karina and her maiden name went here, page 1. That automatically changes Karina's last name to my last name legally. She became legally Karina Ross because of page 1 of Form 485. You got it? Antonio, you got it? When you apply for the green card, that's how you change your last name to your husband's last name on page 1 of the 485. Mickey, to Jay Baxter, you will get government ID via I-765 application. There you go. Because I got my Social Security card 6 working days after I got my work permit in my married name. There you go. Mickey, you're on board. You got this, Mickey. Antonio, but on our marriage certificate and license, she doesn't have my last name. Is it okay? That's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter what's on the marriage certificate. It doesn't matter what's on the marriage license. What matters is on page 1 of the 485, this is where you change your last name. Antonio, relax, man. Chill. You're at the right place. You were Diego and Karina, okay? We're not going to send you down a path of stupidness. You're not going to make mistakes here. When you fill out the I-485, page 1, you're going to put your wife's name and your last name right here. And then underneath it, you're going to put her first name and her maiden name right here. And that's how you change. That's how the U.S. government changes your last name for your beneficiary. Karina is now Karina Ross. Okay, guys, we're done talking. I did 2 live streams today. One was not very good, so I'll just go in and probably delete that one. and just leave this one running. And we will see you on the next live stream, which will be Saturday. And then Antonio gets the last word. So if we go for the Social Security office tomorrow to apply for a Social Security number, she will be able to use my last name. No, not until she gets her green card. You can go tomorrow and apply for the Social Security card. It will be in her maiden name. When you get the green card with your last name on it, you go back to the Social Security office and you change it. You got it? Boom. Excellent. See you guys Saturday.